Hi guys, it's me Jones Fitness and Outdoor, and today it's about 10 o'clock in the morning AM, so to say. Got off work at 8-ish. I work nights, so I went home and I just felt the urge to go out into the outdoors. So I packed my bag, prepared my dog. That was easy, by the way. I just told him, come on, you want to go out? And well, as soon as I drove out of the garage, I couldn't help noticing it's raining. But doesn't matter. It's all about the clothes and, well, gear. But I have 2 jackets, I have a poncho, I have a rain cover for the backpack. No cover for my legs except my ordinary pants, but that will do. So now we have, I would say, maybe an hour by car to get out of the city and to get far enough into the woods so we don't have to bump into people all the time. That's my worst, so to say. If you go to a forest and it's close to a city, you know what will happen. You will see, I mean, especially if the paths are too wide, too flat and everything, you will just bump into people. You will meet runners. I like to run sometimes, well, a couple of times every year. But when I'm out with my backpack and I plan to, I don't know, make a fire, cook some food, I don't want people running all over the place. Kinda beats the purpose of going out and feeling like you're outside when people are just, exercising all around. Or you have the moms going around like they have no jobs. Bet they do, but on maternity leave, and they go out alone or in pairs or in, I don't know, in numbers. So I like them, but when I want to go out and experience the outdoor, I don't want to meet too many people. And if I meet someone, they better have a backpack and proper outdoor gear, so they don't ruin my experience by appearing like they're just out for a walk. So I will get back to you in a while. I will not torture you with accompanying me in the car, so I will just listen to something and drive, and I will get back to you. See you soon. So now we finally left the paved roads, and see, it's always promising when you drive on gravel instead. We're just entering the forest, or this area. You can see some timber. Someone is doing their best to make this forest smaller or less dense. But we are approaching our target. Will be about 10 to 15 minutes here. So just want to show you yellow sign, and if you don't speak Swedish, It's hunting in progress. So hunters, guns and dogs in the woods. And of course I don't expect that to be a problem because, yeah, because first I try to be careful and pay attention, and I expect everyone else to do the same. And also I usually, not always, but usually you can keep somewhat track of the hunters just by listening to the radio. And it's not like they roam the forest. They usually go one area at a time. So when I see a sign like that, I'm not going to stop my car here and jump out and just be in the way. So, but it's a good reminder that at least you have to pay attention and not just go anywhere if something is up. So, hope you can hear me. Don't know if you managed to see my dog. He just went out on the trail. Or did he? Well, as you can see, small forest road, forest trail going that way, and just came from there. As soon as I got out of the car, started to rain. Well, actually I managed to get out of the car, walk like 50 yards or 50 meters. Then I had to stop and take on a jacket and put some rain cover on my backpack. So, but this is where we are. So, no selfie stick, as I broke it last time. Or, I don't know if it was last time, but last time I needed it, I broke it. Put it in my pocket, took off my backpack, got stuck in the selfie stick and it broke. So would be more close-up filming today. So this is where we are going. And possibly you can see it. It's raining. So what do you think? It's rain. Is it a deal breaker or just go anyway? My opinion is if you're prepared and I mean you have the clothes, doesn't bother me at all actually. Just more of a chance to more privacy. Not as many people will be out. Yeah, just want to share. Every time I get to a lake, well, this one is really small. I think there might be a better word in English for lake, but anyway, I think you will understand what I mean. But usually, water means a good place to settle for people in the old days. But for some reason, this place is beautiful and nice and quiet. But for some reason, this place never made it. Nobody wanted to live here, I guess. Just think it's a bit, it's not sad, but I think I like to think about it. Somebody could have lived here, but no one ever thought it was good enough. You see him? Yeah. He is all around. That's also what I love about the forest and rain. No one is here. He is allowed to run without a leash, but as soon as you bump into people, let's say you bump into more than one, at least one is gonna be like telling you, I'm afraid of dogs. And of course, as any dog owner would say, he is harmless. But yeah, people can't really know that. I know it is not even that interested in people. Just the girls. If a girl comes, he will want to say hello, but if one or more men shows up, he will not, I mean, he won't, he will hardly say hello even if they want to. And also I have a plan for the day. It's just a, day hike, you might call it. Actually, I brought food that would last until tomorrow, but no tent, and just I have a small sleeping bag in my bag, but that's not, it's not suitable for the temperature, I guess. But then I would have to stay in a shelter, and that's, well, my opinion is it's a bit colder than a tent. You can warm up the tent. But I plan to film a review of my, well, they are new still, Salomon Forces mid with Gore-Tex. Have used them for not too long, but at least I have used them. Made a video where I just did a preview and opened the box, and also, if there is time, I think it will be, I will also review a backpack, the one I
use most of the time. It's a Tasmanian Tiger, 52 liters, but I will get back to that, or actually that will be a separate video, but I plan to film it today. And probably you can hear my breathing. I think it might have been some time since I was out, and this was not very steep, but it was uphill, and I have a backpack, and I was sick, and you know how it goes. So today I'm just taking it slow, filming, talking, socializing with my dog, with Maui, like the island. Can you see it? It's very unfriendly nature. So you really need the trails to go about here. I mean, without the trails, or if you go off trail, you will end up, I mean, I hope you can see it, but you will end up facing one of these like steep rock formations. So out here I do not go off trail. I tried once, but I just got stuck like after 10 minutes. So I had to go back. So now this filming is gonna be what it's gonna be. Sorry about sorry about me turning the camera. It is my phone, so just stopped. First small break, and that is because I did not yet eat anything early this morning. But now we're gonna cook something quick and easy. So just I think you can see like a small stupid face, and that's Maui, of course. So the Trangia Mini, just a couple of parts. One there. As you can see, this one, well, I made a review where I basically talked about the stats, and probably I said something else, but I think it's 0.7 liter capacity burner. Here, since I am by myself and I'm an adult most of the time, I keep the fuel in just a regular bottle. If I had small children, I wouldn't. So we're set. Now I just need some water, and I will just take it from the camelback, but I brought no
lots of water today. Let's see. Yes, it works. And if you can hear it, the radio is picking up, but I can't hear anything. It's just noise. But then again, that probably means there is no hunting close. So now let's see about fire. Yes, we have fire, and pot goes on the wind blocker. And again, well, not again, but we put the lid or frying pan on top. Would be quicker. Meanwhile, just show you. I will turn it off, actually. We are, after all, in a shelter on a trail, so anyway, I have a new antenna. I haven't tried it yet, but it's the so-called tactical antenna, so you can bend it any way you want to. Still no signal. Yes, I have the rain cover on, and I keep the radio on the outside of the backpack. I cannot have the antenna extended. Yeah, just to show, it's an egg keeper container. I brought 2 uncooked eggs because I want to see if they will break or if they will be protected. So I will cook them later. But now I will eat some pasta carbonara. Delicious. Just like this. Freeze-dried, but not vacuum packed. So takes up more space, but it's, on the other hand, cheaper. This one is like €1.50. Freeze-dried and vacuumed. You know what I mean? Like the hiking meals you can buy. I would say they are like €8-10, maybe more. But this one, ordinary store, €1.50. goes well and I don't have to cut, we will see how long it takes for the stove to boil maybe half a liter of water. Just want to make sure my pants are not set on fire. That would be a bummer because I have no extra pants with me. When my daughter joins me, she will point out what I didn't bring, because I like to tell her what she needs to bring. Extra pants, like extra socks, underwear, possibly use 2 socks, and stuff like that. And then when we go out, she will like more or less catch me that I don't live as I teach. But then again, if I go for a short hike like today, it's gonna be no more than 5 miles in total, or 7 kilometers. But then again, I'm always close to the car. And my biggest problem wouldn't be wet pants. It would be like if I fell or slipped or hurt myself. Not yet boiling. It's close. Then as soon as it boils, I will turn off the camera, so you will not need to, you don't have to watch me eat. So, well, as I told you before, I work nights. I work at a shelter for homeless people. Usually, most of them have 3 things in common. Homelessness, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't need a place to stay. Number 2, some sort of psychiatric disorder or problem, or can be anything, and that's usually in the mix. And then on top of that, some sort of addiction. Can be drinking, can be drugs, can be both, can be specific drugs, can be all the drugs, all the time. So for me, like when I worked all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and sometimes it's hard, but sometimes it's just work. But anyway, when I do that for a couple of nights and I had some stuff to do during the day, that means I work. Maybe I do something after work, then I go to sleep, and then I wake up, eat, go back to work. Like it is for everyone, I guess, but when you work nights, you get some, you could say you get a bit detached from life in one way. That's it. I like to work nights, and I appreciate that I don't have to work when everybody else works. I don't have to be on the bus in the morning or in traffic. And there is no road tolls at night. Parking is cheap. Less people out. But anyway, I do like when I finish work to go out like this, just went home this morning, went for a short walk with Maui, and then my fiancée asked if I could drive her to work, and I could. And I just decided to, after I dropped her off, just go buy some food, go home, pack the backpack, and go out. And now, yes, it's cooking. So, I'm just gonna pour it up, and I will. As you can see, the handle can handle a full pot. So, like this. Now, just have to wait for a couple of minutes, and then I am ready to eat. Now you can see I could have used slightly less fuel, but I'm just gonna let it burn out and wait for my food. So I will see you in a while. So my meal is finished, and I brought you a bit closer. Seems my microphone may not work, so it's just the phone recording sound as well, so I have to keep it close. Anyway, yeah, so I will also have to add audio probably to like the longest part I filmed today. But that's life when you don't check your equipment thoroughly. But here, I think you might see it, at least I see it. It's smoke. Yeah, the camera almost fell. I think I'm gonna edit that out. Anyway, this is coffee. And just to show you what I'm looking at. You see the shelter I'm in. Just pretty basic. And I have a view. Small forest lake. Nothing much going on. Basically nothing is going on. Rain almost stopped. Hard to tell when you're in the woods. If it rains, get some protection. When it stops raining, if it's windy, you will still get wet. So I'm just gonna have some coffee. Just finished my pasta carbonara. And Maui is sleeping. I was sleeping. When he realized there was no food for him at this point, he went into one of the corners and pretended to sleep. It's quite funny with dogs. Of course, he understands me, and he knows commands like sit and place and come here, stuff like that. But I would say dogs, if you do stuff, in best case you do everything the same way every time, they will know exactly what to do. Like when I take him for a walk and we come back home, I unlock the door, then I just slap my thigh twice, and then he knows to come close beside the door and sit down and wait for me to open the door. I go in, take off my hat, jacket, shoes,
And then I turn around and tell him to come, so we can wipe his feet. But it's fascinating how well that works. I don't even have to tell him to sit down. And I don't have to tell him to enter. If I do it the same way, and small signs, he will know. So I try to, I mean, I use commands, of course, but I try to, when he's close, I want to add signs to the commands, so I can get him to come. I'm trying to, with the come here command, to whistle and clap my hands 3 times. I don't think we're there yet. It works sometimes, but not always. And of course, depends on the distance and if I'm the most interesting thing. He's really into rats, mice, and rabbits. I would say rabbits is his favorite animal. But also he likes deer, and I mean he likes to hunt them and bark. He also barks at rabbits, mice and rats. He will not make a sound, and if he can and I let him, he will kill them. And then also wild hogs. We have lots of them. Not that you see them, but there are lots everywhere. Funny thing is, they went extinct some, I don't know when, a couple 100 years ago. And someone brought them back to a farm, and they got out, and now I've seen estimates of like 100,000 or more, and you can actually hunt them all year round, except for when they have babies. Might be some time restriction. You can't really tell the cops I told you, but usually you have very specific dates when you can hunt specific animals. But these hogs, they're it's more free. And usually farmers don't mind, because they will eat everything they put in the ground. And if you happen to face one in the woods, I would say that's like the only animal I don't want to face. We have wolves, but not in numbers, not where I live. And there might be like a bear somewhere, but I've never seen one except from my car, but wolf, never seen it. Or maybe when I was young, when I was a kid. My parents come from up north, so you might think Sweden is up north, but you can of course be from the north in Sweden. So maybe I've seen a wolf live, I don't know. But elk, moose, I've seen it. Wild hogs, have seen from my car. You have to be careful in the evening or early mornings. But I'm pretty sure we encountered one a couple of months ago. It was just me and Maui. We were out. It was late. Sun was about to set like 9:30 at night, and it was probably like 9:30 because we set camp at 10 and it was almost dark. But we went through it's a kind of a special place with an uneasy feel to it. It's a part of the woods where people used to live like 150 years ago. So you find these small ruins, like what's left of the houses, and I plan to take you there sometime and show it. It's like one place is built next to a rock. Poor people used to do that in the old days. Find a rock, big one, use that as one of the walls, so you only have to build 3 walls because it's cheaper than put some kind of roof on top. But that place is like 8 square meters, and in foot I will post it, but it's like nothing. It's like a bathroom, and they live like 2 adults and I don't know how many children, like probably 6, 7, 8 children. But back then, in the 19th century, like everywhere, you had to get lots of children, hoping at least one grew up. Also, these parts, like in the woods, poor people lived here, of course. They could not own the land. I mean, they didn't own the land, but they could use the land, and they had to work for the farmer that owned the land. And that was like 150 years ago. People starved to death. And Sweden was the poorest country in Europe. And we had these crazy, like, strict religious laws that dated back to, I don't know, like probably back to the 17th century. So, I mean, law said you had to go to church on Sunday. You could actually go to prison if you didn't. So that was 150 years ago. People starved to death, and they had to go to church by law. And now, 2020, Sweden is one of the richest countries. But we're dropping. I think we were like 3rd or 4th. Actually, the list says we were the 3rd richest country, late 60s or early 70s. But that was a mistake. We were actually 4th. But anyway, there was a 100-year gap from the poorest country in Europe to one of the richest in the world. Don't remember which one were richer, but Switzerland was one. I think they were number 2. Richest, I don't know, probably some small country. Like, I don't know, Luxembourg or something like that. And the US were in that list, in the Swedish textbook. The US were 4th, but that was a mistake. They were 3rd and we were 4th. Now I think we're like 15th or 20th. But yeah, anyway, that wasn't my point. My point was these woods had poor people in them. They lived like from nothing. Have to show you sometime, but I mean, when you see a house that has only 3 walls built next to a rock, and it's smaller, same size as my bathroom, and they lived that whole family in there, and like of the 8 square meters, 1 square meter was the stove or the oven. And people got to live there. Don't think they paid anything more than they had to do labor for the landowner. So that seems like it wasn't a feudal system, but seems almost like it. And that wasn't too long ago, and now I can just go here when I please, go by car, eat food, just enjoy it, then go back to my car, drive home to an apartment that's, well, it's well sized for me and my fiance and our dog and my now grown-up daughter who's 18. Well, guys, I think you see him. You think we rested long enough, and I'm getting a bit cold, so I'm just gonna finish my coffee and pack my stuff and go on. And I will see you at the next break if nothing happens in between. Well, I will see you in between. And then I will also make time to film my review of the Salomon boots. Maybe I will just add, I will make a separate video about that, but maybe I will just add it to this one as well. I did that once before, and I think it worked out quite nice. Then there will be a review, and it will be like a full day of hiking and also a review in the middle. So you can watch either one.
Yeah, as you can see, we made it out of the woods, out from the trail. I haven't been on this exact location before, but this road seems like, it seems like it's actually used. So it's not one of those forest roads that lead to nowhere and nobody uses it. So I thought I'm gonna start to talk about the Salomons. And one thing that might surprise you or not is that they give good support. Sole is firm, to say the least. So when you walk like on a trail, it's muddy, they give you good grip, and a firm sole is, of course, it suits soft ground. But so only thing about that is when you step on roots or sometimes stones, you might slip, but it's not like it's a deal breaker. Shoes are really good, and if you're familiar with the speed lacing system, you know the pros and cons. I would say they are, of course, easy to use, and compared to regular shoelaces, you might think that with the speed laces, that you can't, let's say you want to keep them tight down over the foot and loose by the ankle. But it's perfectly possible, and they will not, in my experience, they will not get loose as you walk. They will stay as you put them. So, and there is always like an upside and downside. So the downside would be that after a while you might need to stop and loosen them a bit, because as your feet swell, they might start to, the shoe will press and push on different spots. And I have quite wide feet, wide and flat, I guess. So Salomons, of course, they are small in size, so you need to go up at least one size. I did that on these and previous Salomons. That makes them fit perfect. But as I said, my feet are wide, and the shoes are wide enough, and they fit me fine. But as I said, if you have wide feet, might need to try them on and give some extra thought to whether your feet will swell sideways. Rain cover is on, by the way. Stopped a while back for a break, had some food, coffee, and the rain seemed to stop. And as soon as I went out from the shelter without the rain cover, of course, it started again. So, but back to the shoes. They give support all the way up to the ankle. Not higher, of course, because the shoes, there he is. He's just running circles around me. But so to summarize, I'm really pleased with the shoes. More than pleased. I'm very happy with the shoes. Good support. Maui! Sorry, just had to call my dog. He was going into a farm. So, I'm happy about the shoes. They are good, they keep me dry. I went for the Gore-Tex. My plan was to go without Gore-Tex. But in my size, where I mean, you know how it is. When you decide to buy, you want to buy. And if I wanted without Gore-Tex, I would have to wait. And they would have to order. So that was a no from me. They are warm, but not too warm. Maybe you can hear it. The stream. We can't really see it from here. So, to summarize, as I said, I'm very happy about the shoes. They keep me warm, they keep me dry, they give good support, and, well, I can recommend them. That's, like you say, it's a no-brainer. If you can afford them, go for it. I think it was a good choice. I was like choosing between these, the mids, and the Quest. I think the Quest would have been too much. So we will also, of course, look at the shoes in detail. As soon as I stop, I will show you. Hi guys, it's me Jones Fitness and Outdoor. I'd just like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel, that will help a lot. And also remember to like videos if you like them. If you don't like them, comment, dislike, let me know. But either way, it will help a lot if you subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Okay, so here you see it. This is the boot I was talking about. A bit muddy. And you can see how high it goes, more or less. And let's say my idea is it will keep you dry as long as you don't step in water that makes the water go in from the top. And here you have speed lacing. You can see this one will lock, and you just stuff everything in this small pocket. And from what I hear, the laces will not break or anything. They are so they're so sure that the laces won't break. The shoe might break, but not the laces. So I wouldn't worry if you're used to traditional lacing. So look from the outside, and well, what can I say about the color? Let's see how they look from above. The pants, they are Ranger green, if you wonder. Yeah, a backpack. And guess I lost my dog again. Not lost him, but he went away. So, but anyway, the shoes, I recommend them. I think they're a good choice. And I mean, today it's very wet, muddy, rainy. It's been raining for, I mean, the night and the day. And I'm not at all wet. At least not my feet. So if you think about buying the Salomon Forces XA Mid GTX, I would say do it. You will not be disappointed. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. And if you liked the video, please like. If you did not like the video, you can dislike it, and please leave a comment. And if you don't like the shoes, do the same thing. Leave a comment, tell me why. And either way, if you want more, like this view here, or my opinion on shoes, or small stories about life, please subscribe. Hope to see you soon. It's me, Jones Fitness and Outdoor. Thank you for watching. Bye. So, just want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you like it. That way you can see more. And if you want notifications, just click the bell. And also a reminder to like videos if you like them, dislike if you don't like it, and you can also comment. I will reply. Thanks. So, last stop. Actually, I'm back at the parking and the start of the trail. Took it easy today. Didn't walk too far. Just whatever, like 5 miles / 7-8 kilometers tops. Slow pace. Weather was okay. It was rainy. It stopped a couple of hours ago. And now I am in another shelter than before. So just see, fire is almost out. Just waiting for it to be completely out. Then I'm gonna gather my trash, throw it. They have bins here. And then I will be heading home. I think I did what I planned. I talked some about my shoes. Will be a separate review. Did not make time to look at my backpack. Now it's getting a bit dark, so I don't think the footage will not be good if I do it. So that will have to be another day. Anyway, that's it for me. But yeah, so you saw one of my hikes. First time doing exactly this one. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked it, please like. You can also dislike, you can leave a comment, and please remember to subscribe. Hope to see you soon.
that's it for me. This is Jones Fitness and Outdoor. Thank you for watching. Bye.